making it actually work, but this is terrible. It's awful.
Hey, did you see that they're supposed to announce a new iPad today, speaking of Star Trek?
Yeah, Apple, they love having their events on Wednesday, a podcast day.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah,
Do we coincide with a lot?
Their event is supposed to start like in 5 minutes.
Well, they revamped the notebooks a week ago, and they added, I feel like there should be like an interstitial here, Thunderbolts! the new interface, which Gus and I got in a very tense email discussion about. We actually had a group, there's a group email list that we all subscribe to here. Although it's not actually an email list, which is another problem I have with Gus. But we go back and forth on it, and Gus was talking about picking up a new laptop after he just picked up a brand new computer to edit the Drunk Tank video podcast, which, by the way, how are you enjoying that, audience?
And you made a very funny joke, I thought.
Well, I tend to make funny jokes in email. Like when the credit card bill comes in and everyone has to go through and specify what they spent this amount of money for and what category it goes in for the business. It's all for bookkeeping. I always pick out the person who spent the most, and sometimes it's somebody who's just, I guess, gone insane one month, and I always make fun of them in that email. And the last few times I've done that, that person has come up to me and been very upset that I pointed them out and that their expenses are totally legitimate.
I was in that person's office when that person read the email and was like, I have to spend this money. It's not like I'm spending it for myself. And you go, it was a joke. And he's like, and the person was not letting it go.
I was standing between the two offices. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
And you were literally like, it was just a joke, man. I don't care. It's fine. It was just a joke. And that person was not going to let it go.
He spent less money the next month, though. Funny how that works.
Bernie called me out for buying this new laptop after I just bought this computer. And I, of course, replied, because I had already been taking shit with...
It's very rare that Gus will send the passive-aggressive email that we all are guilty of every once in a while.
Sorry, that's my watch again.
It was... I'd already been taking shit for the computer, so I was like, that's it. I was on a trip. I was stressed out. I was like, that's it. So I fucking replied.
You've got a new catchphrase now. Bravo.
Bravo.
That's how you signed your email.
Yeah, he did. He ended it with bravo.
Bravo, guys.
So that was it. I wasn't taking it anymore.
Yeah. So he came back at me hard. We actually, the discussion between Gus and I got so tense, I actually took it off the group list and took it to private one-to-one email.
That's when Bernie realized Gus was buying a laptop out of his own pocket, not out of Bernie's pocket.
You have a brand new computer. Do you want?
You know what? This computer doesn't work very well. When I'm on trips.
So, do you need a computer when you're on trips?
Hey, when the website broke when I was on the trip, how did I fix it? Was it some kind of computational device? It must have been a computer. How would I have fixed it with this new computer in my office when I was across the country?
How did you even get to Seattle?
A computer?
Why don't you buy a fucking plane?
Hey, according to Bernie, you used that computer to break it so that you could then fix it.
Jeff, I see you on YouTube all day. Why don't you price that out? Maybe we need one of those YouTubes.
Get a YouTube.
Yeah, because that's totally the same thing.
You have a laptop. You have a laptop.
That I want to replace for myself, my own use. I don't know why I'm getting shit for buying myself a computer.
I also don't think it's a fucking coincidence when we went out of town, all this shit broke. I said to Jeff, I noticed that every single thing that broke is something you can break remotely from Seattle. Nothing that you would have to physically unplug broke at all.
Heaven forbid I buy a computer to fix stuff when it breaks.
Yeah,
what a terrible idea.
Oh, hey, is that where you were yesterday? You were at the Colo?
You know what would really help?
No, I need to go
fix the fucking email list is Thunderbolts. That's gonna help us. Hey, how many gigahertz do you need to run terminal? You know, let me know. Fill me in.
I missed you guys.
I didn't.
Also, I also want to point out to Gus. I want to point out to Gus that I had to say in email that why are we buying a first-generation hardware interface from Apple? I mean, I couldn't add any more qualifiers into that statement to make it a bad decision.
Technically, it's an Intel interface.
Okay, implemented by Apple. Oh, I mean, it's just like he said in the email, I'm going to buy this laptop day one, new MacBook Pro, because I understand that there might be interfaces that allow us to do mobile capture possibly some point in the future. I'm like, well, why don't we wait till possibly some point in the future and buy the laptop then, whenever these fictional devices come out?
How did your first generation hardware MacBook Air work out for you?
I don't have a first generation.
Or the revision?
That's generation 2.
This is generation 6 of the MacBook Pro.
Why you?
I'm just saying, you bought day one when the announcement closed. You bought a brand new laptop from Apple.
First generation revision.
I bought the 6th generation of the MacBook Pro. You bought generation 2 of the MacBook Air.
I'm going to cross my arms.
So you know what? You ain't got shit on me, Burns. Look at you. Fucking sulking over there in the corner. Every point refuted. Point Gus.
How are we?
Man.
Oh, the dog woke up after you did that.
Sorry, Lincoln.
This is definitely a video podcast to watch.
Yeah, hopefully. What, do you need any equipment to edit this video podcast together?
Don't you get started, too. You'll end up in a fucking Sarajevo hotel. You are traveling so much, you asshole. I am going to put you in fucking Timbuktu. You will be bitching about the train ride from there.
God.
Come at me, bro.
It has been the